So Sarah, welcome to the Building 4.0 CRC Showcase. Could I ask you to introduce yourself and what project we're looking at here today?
Well, my name's Sarah Breen Lovett. I'm from the University of Newcastle, and we're looking at two research projects around earth building here today. We have a problem with earth building is because that it's extremely sustainable and there's really great benefits to it, but it's not actually recognised in a lot of the regulations in Australia at the moment, so that we really need to work on making a new manual that will cover a lot of the areas for earth building, specifically around thermal mass and insulation, and recognising those qualities in earth building, and really starting to see how earth building can be used across any climate in Australia if it's used correctly with a combination of thermal mass and insulation, and that's what you can see we have here.
So this is one of the oldest materials in the world for housing. So how could it be that it's not recognised in the building codes?
I think because typically it's quite laborious and difficult to work with. Upscaling it can be quite a problem because basically people want to use it from the ground where they're building a house. But there are projects that are looking at kind of stockpiling excavation of larger city-scale type projects where that you could use those on larger residential buildings. I guess it hasn't been done before because it's in the mindset that we have. It's a kind of a single dwelling, kind of a solution. And even those single dwelling solutions in earth building are quite laborious. This is why we have invented this system.
What are we looking at here?
So this is a prefabricated panelised system. It's called the Fast Slow House, and the idea is that you buy these panels and you can quickly put up the skeleton of your house, and then you can earth them by building in the inside with earth materials. And we've showed this quite exaggerated on a raised plinth because people don't think of earth building to be able to be raised off the floor because it's very heavy and dense. But if you use something that's got it's much lighter, much more air inside of it, such as these hemp clay infills, it's called light earth infill, then you can have the buildings raised off the ground as well.
And so would this be fire retardant as well?
Yes, hemp is very fire retardant, and clay.
Okay, and is that an example of some of those panels? Yeah,
so this is a mock-up, a 1:2 scale mock-up of the of what one of the panels could be. So the idea is that we've developed this with MudTech, and that you could get these cassette systems, and that you can either get it hollow or you could get it with this outside skin. So basically, as soon as you put the cassettes up, the building's completely thermally insulated and weatherproof, and that you can earth the inside, so you can see around the other side. Around here. Then you can infill it with the material yourself and render it. So on the inside you have the feeling of an earth building home, which is quite different to plasterboard or plywood or other interior materials. So
if we have a look at this poster as a last station here, this is showing a range of different configurations of this system.
Yes, so everything's based off this module here, which is like a tiny house module that can fit on the back of a trailer, so in terms of when it's flat packed, and that it's all made of those modules. And the one that we focused on here is a 60 square metre granny flat, so that you can put it into any backyards, or indeed on a rural block as well. So they're just different configurations of the same modular system that's repeated.
So what's the next step for this initiative?
Well, really it's about making a focus with the partners on the direction that we want to take this in, resolving some of the issues that we have through some further research around engineering of the joints and the connections and how they come together, and what's the best way to do these panels, whether it's singular panels or in groups of 3, and then indeed documenting how you can documenting how you can build the home yourself as a kind of open source manual as well. So.
Fantastic. Well, I just want to say thanks again for coming. It's been a very impressive exhibition here, and lovely to learn so much again about how one of the oldest materials in the world can be contemporary again.
Thank you.
Thank you.